the Cybergun FNX45. Probably the best, worst gas blowback pistol I've ever owned. Let me explain myself. Okay, so what's good about it? Quite a lot, actually. Let's start with the build. It is really solid feeling, really nice. The slide, one-piece metal. Aluminium, I could find out, but I never did. Okay. Feels really solid. The action of it going back and forth is really snappy, and it's always felt great to handle and hold. There we go. So once it's in your hand, it feels really quite solid. That's aided as well by the frame having really amazing grippy texture all on the grip there. Feels really nice. What else is nice about it? I love the trades. I never used to care about trades until I had this gun. As you can see, they're absolutely everywhere on it, and it really helps. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I do, but there you are. Now, as you can see, the styling is really, really nice. It's a perfect replica of the original. The original, of course, being a fantastic modernized handgun. So with that, you get things like raised iron sights, so you can mount suppressor on the front. You get the barrel extending out from the slide like that, which gives it a really nice aggressive look, with a thread already built in. And of course, you've got the thread cover as standard. The performance has been great. Now, I did have a hiccup earlier on in the year, which turned out to be user error, and I'll get into that in just a minute. If it weren't for that, it would have been a fantastic performance. Okay, that's my fault. So if you were to get it out of the box and you start shooting, maybe 0.25s I'd recommend, it will be tremendous. You won't have any issues with this at all. I say use 2.25s because with green gas you're shooting about 280, 300, which is fairly typical for a pistol. It's got a really nice snappy trigger on it as well. If I was just to cock that so you can see, that's really great. Okay, so what do I mean when I say it's the best worst? Well, using it is fantastic, but running it, day-to-day things, you're going to come into some sort of issues with availability of parts. So for example, this is the magazine, of course. Lovely mirror finish on it as well. You don't usually see that. I really like that. These have been fantastically reliable, by the way. I do very little maintenance on them, and they just are so great at holding gas. Valve is at the top there, which is a bit different from normal pistols because you've got this really nice accentuated base plate, which is quite good. The problem comes in actually finding the bloody things. Now, obviously you get one with a gun, but for me, I wanted to run at least two more to make it practical. To get them, I had to look all through the UK, couldn't find a thing. Searched all through Europe, online this is obviously, couldn't find anything. The only place I could find them in stock and readily available was Evike in the USA. So needless to say, to get 2 extra mags for this was not cheap for me once import was all taken into consideration. Yeah, you're looking at that if you want to run one of these guns, which is a shame because it is a great experience. Another thing you're going to run into, holsters. Now, okay, you could use, like say, Viper Universal Holster or something. That'd be absolutely great. Okay, no issues there at all. But if you want to be a little bit operator, I mean, you've got a premium gun here. You don't want to be using, budget-friendly holsters and that. You probably want to look at like a Kydex option. Something like this. Now, with your Glocks, with your Berettas, with your 1911s, you'll be able to get one of these off the shelf. However, I had to go to a specific retailer just to get a Kydex holster that would fit this gun. So, not fantastic in that department, unfortunately. However, shout out to Kydex Customs for hooking me up with this. This is really nice. Click. There you go. Not going anywhere. Absolutely solid. I love this holster. There you go. So yeah, holsters are a bit of an issue with this gun. Also, do you remember this? Yeah? Ooh, you got threads? Ooh, you can put a suppressor on straight away, can't you? No. These aren't standard threading. They're not 14mm, I believe. Sorry guys, this isn't a review. This is just me rambling. I don't have the actual size of this, but it's not a standard size. So you've got to really hunt around for specific suppressors that are going to fit this gun. So yeah, bear that in mind. But the biggest issue that I have had with this while owning it was to do with an internal component, which was very, very annoying to sort out. Let me show you. So the takedown is just like any other pistol. Off it comes. Ta-da! Now if I was to take the guide rod out, you see that tiny little spring in there? I don't know if you can see that tiny little spring there. That is holding the hop unit to the outer barrel there. Okay, it's a bit of a weird design, but they do that. The issue comes when you disassemble this. You have to be so careful. You've got to unhook that first and then take the components out. And it is so easy to just take it out straight away and stretch that spring, which is exactly what I did. Oh no, it's just a tiny part. That's going to be okay to replace. Guess again. I had to search again. The only place I could find one of those, I could find them in two places around the world. I could find them in a shop in South Africa, which would cost a fortune to get it shipped over, and a shop in France. So I had to source this all the way from France just to get a replacement, which for a fault that can happen so easily. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. But for a fault that happens so easily, to me at least, that ain't good. Cybergun, you got to work on accessories for this. You got to work on parts availability because, god damn, I've had a headache. Luckily, I did purchase two of them, so I've got my little spare there, which I'm holding on to. It's worth more than its weight in gold for me. Because someone like me, I'm going to do it again. What else can I say about it? It's been, other than that, great to use. It's been a great performer. It's always turned heads. I've always enjoyed using it. But my God, it costs to get to that state. A lot of time and quite a bit of money as well, just to make this something everyday usable, which is a real shame because it's a fantastic gun otherwise. So yeah, FNX45 by Cybergun, the best, worst pistol I've ever owned.